The backbone to almost everyone's wardrobe in menswear is the classic white t-shirt. It is one of the most well-known pieces in American history, as well as just fashion history in general. It is the one thing that goes with literally everything. It works just as well for layering as it does as a standalone piece. But this also means that you really don't want to skimp out on the perfect t-shirt for you. And ever since I started doing fashion YouTube, I've done a lot of t-shirt content. I've cycled through many brands of t-shirts, many brands of which I liked and many brands that I didn't really like at all. And since we've been doing this channel for about 2 years now, I kind of wanted to do a recap of all of my favorite white t-shirts that I picked up all the way up until summer 2025. And I just wanted to do a little deep dive into all of them and explain the details and why some of them might work for certain people, for certain situations, and why for others they might not. But anyways, let's get right into the video, starting off with the most budget-friendly option, the Bronson MFG Tubular Classic knitted t-shirt. This is a t-shirt that comes in at about $28 and it boasts a pretty hefty 10.5 ounce weight per square meter. But the thing is, weight can be very deceiving when it comes to t-shirt fabric. A lot of brands can kind of fudge the numbers, and Benzak and Risa over at Wonderlooper actually talk about this a lot on their channel. Definitely make sure to go check them out. But the weight can kind of be a little bit misleading. Regardless though, in real life this t-shirt is pretty hefty. It's not at all really abrasive. It is definitely a little bit more of like a workhorse tee. And you know, for $28, this is a pretty well constructed t-shirt. I also do enjoy the fabric for what it is. I myself don't particularly lean towards drier fabrics like this, but for what this t-shirt is and for the price, it really is very good. And some people might lean towards those fabrics more so than others. This one might be a little hard to wear in the summertime because of the heavier weight, but I think for the rest of the year round, it is a great layering piece as well as a standalone piece. This comes fully kitted out with a binded collar, which is something that I always look for in pretty much every single one of my t-shirts. Granted, I think this one is a little bit wide for me. It's a little thick. I tend to like more of the smaller, more subtle binded collars, but this one still gets the job done. It still looks pretty nice, and the fit pretty good, especially for $28. It's not super skin tight. The sleeves are a little big for me, but all in all, it's a pretty good t-shirt, and you can size down if you want to. I think if I had the choice, I would do that. So I'm probably going to do that next time I cop a pack of Bronsons, but this is a pretty great entry-level white t-shirt in the luxury sense. Next up is a t-shirt that I am very excited about. It is the Allevol heavy-duty white t-shirt, which is a t-shirt that, in my opinion, gives me the feel right off the bat that I would expect a luxury $77 t-shirt to feel like as soon as I get it. A lot of luxury t-shirts tend to lean themselves towards a break-in period, and they kind of want you to soften it as you go. But with the Allevol t-shirts, as soon as you get them, they are super soft, almost fuzzy to the touch. They're smooth, they're silky, they have a nice sheen to them, and they also have that binded collar that I love. This isn't necessarily a loop wheel per se, but it is a circular knit t-shirt, which means that it doesn't have side seams, which give a little bit more of like a vintage fit. Now again, with the Allevol t-shirt, I kind of wish that I sized down because I like a little bit more of a snug fit on my t-shirts, and I am an alpha size medium. This is still a little too roomy for my taste, but for a lot of you guys and for a lot of people who are just getting into the luxury white t-shirt game, you kind of want a little bit more of this, and that I get. So if you want that classic fit with the Allevol t-shirt, then you definitely want to go true to size. But if you want a little bit more of a slimmer fit, then I would definitely size down. But again, the Allevol has one of my favorite t-shirt fabrics. It definitely has that silky smooth, almost kind of creamy, buttery to the touch, a little bit of that fuzziness that I feel like I was looking for when I first got into luxury t-shirts. And not to mention that I am very happy with the quality of the construction. And for those who don't know, Allevol is actually a brand that is manufactured by the Japanese retailer Clutch Cafe, who also happens to make and sell the Clutch Japanese Men's Fashion magazine, which is one of my personal favorite magazines ever made. Next up, we've got a brand that I've got a lot of personal ties with. My friend Josh over at Iron Shop Provisions recently started his own brand, A New Medium, which is their in-house luxury menswear brand, which makes some of the best t-shirts that I have ever felt, especially the A New Medium cream loop wheel t-shirt. It's not exactly a white. Sometimes I prefer cream t-shirts over whites because they soften contrast, especially when layering in an outfit. They play off pretty much the same as white t-shirts usually. Granted, they do have a pure white option if you wanted to check that out, but I love the new medium t-shirts. They're made in Japan from Japanese Loopwheel fabric. They come in at $85 per t-shirt, and they are a perfect 8-ounce midweight for me. And these, interestingly enough, at an 8-ounce t-shirt have a lot of elasticity, which I believe comes from the lower tension knit from the Loopwheel machine that makes the fabric for these garments, and I love that. It feels so comfortable. It's drapey, even though it's a little bit more on the midweight side, and I really just love the way that it feels. This is definitely a lot more of a smooth fabric than anything else. It's not too fuzzy. It's also not too delicate. It is one of the perfect t-shirts for pretty much all seasons. It brings about an incredible balance, and there's just no wonder why this is one of my personal favorite t-shirts. Next up, we got the Benzak Denim Developers Heavy Gusset Tee, which is a very burly t-shirt. This t-shirt is very unique because it is a 9-ounce t-shirt that feels a lot heavier than what it is, and it also comes with an authentic gusset sewn at the collar. And Benzak at Wonderlooper once told me the way that you can test if it's a real gusset or a fake gusset is if you turn it inside out and the ribbing pattern at the gusset is shown on the back as it is on the front, then that is a real authentic gusset. A lot of brands will kind of fake it and they will sew on the ribbing after the t-shirt is made, which gives that kind of gusset facade, but this one is an authentic gusset that actually works, and what it does is when you put it on, it stretches a little bit, and I love the way that that looks. I really love me a nice gusset tee, and this is a perfect t-shirt for those raw denim guys who want something that matches the heavier weight of their denim, that really wants something that has that masculinity, that has that durability feel to it and doesn't just mold to the body. It also gives an armor type of feel. The Benzak Denim Developers t-shirt is a truly impressive tee that comes in at about $90, and to me is the perfect gusset t-shirt. I can't think of any other gusset t-shirt that works better than this one personally. Next up, we have the Standard and Strange Wakayama knit Loopwheel t-shirt, which is a 7.5-ounce t-shirt that comes in at $95 each, and there's a reason why these t-shirts are so expensive. The Wakayama knit fabric is one of the most coveted Japanese fabrics for t-shirts ever, and it is incredibly difficult to spark a relationship with the mills that make these fabrics. And even if you do, it takes forever for you to get your piece because there's only a few machines that are going to make this type of fabric, and you kind of have to wait in queue in order to get them. And Standard and Strange has the perfect lightweight t-shirt in my opinion for these. These are a 7.5-ounce weight. Somehow though, they feel a lot lighter, which is something that I actually really love because it feels like the perfect summer weight t-shirt, but it still has texture, which I think is one of the most difficult things to achieve when it comes to fabric. It's wavy, it's got a real nice low tension look, it's got a nice low tension feel, it has elasticity, it fits beautifully, it gives a real nice elegant look when you throw it on. It's just something that's a little different and can elevate even the most simple outfits. And I also love the binded collar on this one because it is made from a bit more of a rib fabric as opposed to something that's a little bit more solid, further adding to the texture and the details that Standard and Strange prides themselves in when they're making these t-shirts, and these come in so many different colors. This one is their cream version, which is essentially a white to me, and if you're looking for that perfect summer weight t-shirt, I definitely think the Standard and Strange Wakayama knit t-shirt is the one for you. Next up, we got another Wakayama knit t-shirt from one of my favorite brands ever, a brand that I've been shopping from since I was in high school. The Left Field NYC Wakayama knit t-shirt is nothing short of impressive. If anything, I think it is the heaviest Wakayama fabric that I have ever seen so far. I own quite a few of these because I love the texture that they give off. They are much more heavy in the Wakayama feel than the Standard and Stranges because these are an 11-ounce per square yard t-shirt that is incredible in weight. It is impressive in low tension feel. It's super wavy, it's super slubby. They're carefully made of Japanese Wakayama fabric in the US, which upholds Left Field NYC's Made in America name and mission. And this is just one of my favorite fits in t-shirts ever. It has a little bit of a shorter shoulder point as well as a shorter sleeve and a tighter armhole, which gives gives a little bit more of that like Marlon Brando kind of look, while maintaining a bit more of a straight fit throughout the body, because Left Field NYC wants to uphold and reproduce as close as possible to the vintage American goods that were made and popularized that still influences fashion to this day, which makes this a truly well worth it t-shirt if you want a really nice heavyweight, super texturized special piece that you can wear pretty much 3 seasons out the year. Next up, we got the Lady White Coat 2-pack, and this is a t-shirt that I don't really think is made for me. I don't think I'm the customer for it. I don't think it's a bad t-shirt in any way, shape, or form. My tastes lie in different areas, but I know that a lot of people have success with Lady White Co, which is why I wanted to throw them in this video anyways and keep everything as unbiased as possible. I personally don't wear the Lady White Co's that much myself because they're a little dry to the hand. They're crisp. They do feel durable. They are made in the US. The fabric itself has somehow a little bit of like a cooling factor. It's pretty interesting, which does make it a great choice for warmer weather dressing. But again, it's just not a fabric that I personally am in love with. It does have a little bit of slub to the fabric itself, but it's a little bit more dry than I would have liked. The Lady White Coat t-shirts come in a 2-pack at $110. They state that they are a lighter mid-weight 6 ounces. I feel that they actually are a bit heavier than that, which to a lot of people it might be good. I'd say they're somewhere probably around the 7.5 ounce range. But again, while the construction is pretty solid, I've worn these pretty often. But again, I'm not saying it's a bad t-shirt. I do like the construction. I like the look of the t-shirt at a glance. I think it would work on a lot of people better than it would work on me. A lot of people have success with these. It is a bit more of a timeless classic fit. It's not too slim. It's also not too oversized. I did go with a medium for this one. I wish that the t-shirt fit a little slimmer to my body. This is also after plenty of wear and wash. It still has a little bit more room than I would like, but again, that's something that you can mitigate just by sizing down. And all in all, it is a pretty good t-shirt that has lasted pretty far. I mean, this one I believe is like 1.5 years old, and it's seen consistent wear, and it does maintain its color pretty well. I'm just not in love with the fabric. That's just a me thing though. And for those who want a really nice t-shirt with a touch of a cooling factor, a little bit more of a crisp, slightly dry fabric that has a lot of durability, the Lady White Coat t-shirts just might be the perfect t-shirt for you. Next up, we have one of my favorites and also one of the most famous white t-shirts out right now, the Merz Schwanen 215 German Loopwheel t-shirt that was popularized by Carmi from the Bear. And this t-shirt all around is one of the best t-shirts that I've ever seen. I wear these pretty much all the time, except late in the summer when it's super duper hot, just because it is a 7.2 ounce t-shirt that to me feels a little bit more like an 8.5 ounce t-shirt. It definitely is on the heavier side, and between the recovery on this t-shirt, the way that it stretches but it just snaps back into its own shape, the armor-like feel, the drapiness, the sheen, the butteriness to the fabric, the slight slub to it, and the expert construction, there's no wonder why this t-shirt is one of my most worn t-shirts ever. I love these and I would wear them throughout the summer if I could. Now, the thing with these t-shirts is you definitely want to size up if you want a bit more of a classic fit. Personally, I love when the t-shirt hugs the body and gives me a bit more of like an armor-like feel when it comes to these types of t-shirts, which is why I went true to size. And this is after multiple washings, multiple machine dries. The t-shirt fits me exactly how I want it to. It fits perfectly in my opinion. It gives off that vintage look. It feels amazing. It breaks down beautifully and softens up over time, and also packs a punch in durability when it comes to the details like the binded collar, as well as the armhole gusset and superior hem construction. It's just one of the best t-shirts that you could buy. Yes, it is a very expensive t-shirt, but it truly is a luxury garment that you're probably not going to wear every day. But this is something that when you want a little bit more class and you want to dress up a simple casual outfit, this is definitely one of the best t-shirts that you could get. Now for the last t-shirt, which is one of the most most special garments ever made in history. The Wonder Looper double heavyweight t-shirt is one of the most incredible and fascinating garments when it comes to menswear and men's fashion, and I'm gonna leave the fact that you can get them monogrammed out of this. I want to keep it as unbiased as possible, but the Wonder Looper double heavyweight t-shirt, which comes in so many different colors, is a record breaker in and of itself because it is a 12.1 ounce grams per square meter fabric that is quite literally almost double the standard t-shirt weight. I mean, this thing is truly impressive in how it feels, because when I first bought these t-shirts, I expected them to be very abrasive, I'll be honest with you. But when it came in and I felt the package, I say this all the time, I was so surprised at how buttery soft the fabric was. I mean, granted, it's not like the fuzziness of the Allevol t-shirt, it's not all that creamy, but it does have a little bit of that silky smoothness, but it definitely lets you know it is a t-shirt that is meant to be broken in, that is meant to be durable, that is meant to last. And not just the fabric itself, but Wonder Looper is a brand that takes pride in the details just as much as it does in the fabric, especially when you consider the seam construction, because you need special seams to be able to put together a heavier weight garment like this, especially a record-breaking one. And from what I understand, Benzak over at Wonder Looper once told me that these seams are used on underwear to avoid creating these real thick, uncomfortable seams, because you would feel it on the inside. If it was a standard seam construction, they went the extra mile to make sure that these t-shirts, while they are record-breaking heavier weights, that they are wearable. And this again is perfect for the fall, winter, and early spring. And again, removing the fact that Benzak, Risa, and I have a friendship, at the end of the day, I'm always going to keep it unbiased with you guys. This is one of the holy grails of menswear and of t-shirt history. And if you could treat yourself to just one of these, which, believe it or not, in my opinion, is definitely at a very fair price, definitely give it a shot one day if you can. And then if you really wanted something truly crazy, you could check out their triple heavyweight, which is their heaviest fabric ever made, which even puts this one to bed. I mean, it's crazy. I have the black one. Hopefully one day I could get the white one, but also give that a try too if you can. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys find a t-shirt that you like, that you gravitate towards. I hope you guys find something that works for you. And if there's any t-shirt brands that I missed that you want me to cover, definitely let me know down in the comments. These aren't all the t-shirts in the world. I know that. There's so many other brands that make amazing t-shirts that might even put some of these to bed. I just wanted to keep it unbiased to the products that I've actually used, to the products that I actually have in hand. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But like I said, let me know of any brands that you recommend, and definitely stay tuned for some exciting content that I have coming. I'm really excited for the videos that are lined up. They're on the way. I appreciate each and every single one of you for making this possible. So with that being said, thank you guys again, and I'll see you next week.